When you hear the word privilege, what first comes to mind? You have male privilege, pretty privilege, privilege in the workplace. There's a lot of privileges out there. Privilege defined online is, a certain advantage or right to like a specific person or group. So today I took 10 women, 10 men, and I asked them if they feel privileged. So what do you think? Ready?
Yes. Okay, so don't look up. I should be looking down, right?
You feel more comfortable looking at the camera, around, whatever you feel most comfortable with.
Okay.
All right. So as a woman, do you feel privileged in America?
Oh, we've been rolling?
Yes.
Oh.
So with being a woman, do you feel privileged in America?
I do. Can we explain why?
Why do you feel privileged?
Can we start again?
You ready?
Kinda no, but yeah.
A girl could definitely just slap a dude's ass. Nothing happened. A dude could do it. But I understand why though.
So as a man, do you feel privileged in America?
As a man or a black man? As a black man, no. As a man, depends. It's a hard one because if I'm trying to answer from both perspectives, no, I really don't. I really don't. Not at all. I ain't gonna lie. It's like an 80-20.
As a man, like male, like sex-wise, is like gender, yes, because like I feel like men have more opportunities than women. Just as a man in general, like you have access to more things to do. It's easier for us to get jobs and stuff, in my opinion.
Me, like as a man, privilege, as like a black man in America, nah, I don't think we have that privilege yet.
So I would say yes. As a woman, I do feel like you get some privileges in America. I'm sure a woman could cry her way or smile her way out of like a speeding ticket a lot better than a man could.
I do, but it also depends on the context.
But as a black man, no, not at all. Once you bring race into it, there's a clear disconnect.
So yeah, I would say that as a woman, I receive privilege. I see it every day at my job. People will talk to me more. They aren't as mean to me. I would argue that we're also not privileged in certain ways, such as I feel like our appearances are looked at more than our insides first.
As a woman in America, I do feel privileged. Not even just in America, but usually I think anywhere too.
I'm gonna be honest, me personally, I don't feel hella privileged, but I know there's a lot of male privilege out there in this world, but I feel like it's kind of even. I feel like there's both kind of privileges, but in different kind of senses.
Yeah, but only because I'm pretty. I feel like women who are, I don't want to say ugly, but just not as attractive, I feel like they get less perks than women who look good. I don't know.
As men, we have like, I don't want to say more power, but we have more of an advantage than nah, we don't. That's crazy. That's crazy, because they got pretty privilege.
I think women almost get the first hand in some situations. I think other women, other people deal with like beauty standards, pretty privilege, whatever. I think it's just a lot easier to get some things as a woman than a man. I don't know.
Like that pretty privilege, I feel like that's a real thing. And I just feel like it's not fair, but that's just how it is.
No, I do not. As a black woman, feel privileged in America inherently.
Privilege, I wouldn't say necessarily privilege. As being a black woman, you always get stigmatized as, being too mean, too forceful, having the resting bitch face. Like you just have to like put yourself out there and be more assertive when it comes to getting what you want.
I feel like in public, we definitely get a lot more privilege. I can say a drink has been bought for me.
There's a lot of things that are easier for women to do than men, like make money. I get free shit all the time. Me too. I don't pay for anything when I go to clubs. I don't pay for shit. I haven't paid for a drop of alcohol in so long.
I've seen like different interactions with like a group of guys versus like a group of girls.
Same with like, athletics, like coaching, things like that. NBA salary compared to, WNBA, like I feel like that's a privilege.
Because there's research about it that men do get paid more. You can see it like the NBA, WNBA type shit. Like men are more privileged. I feel like women are also privileged in a way. Like I feel like we both have different kind of privileges in this world.
I come from like a wealthy family, so I believe that I'm privileged. I don't believe it has anything to do with like me being Hispanic or anything like that, or a woman. Just in general, where I come from, privilege can come in like many forms.
There's kind of a scale of privilege, and I think that black women often fall at the bottom of that scale.
Women do get a little bit more benefits because men kind of see women still as like fragile and soft, and sometimes that's problematic, but sometimes it works to our advantage.
The way that, society makes women feel, and men has a soft spot for women.
So do you guys feel privileged in America? As a man or a woman?
Definitely not. I mean, I grew up in inner city. I grew up poor. I have relatives and myself. I had to work hard for everything that I got. But I know people that seems to skip a lot of steps to get where they're where they're at now.
Even though like you achieve a certain level of success or education as a black woman, sometimes you still feel like you're not enough.
Women in certain in certain industry, they just get treated with less respect, especially like women that's like an engineer and stuff like that. They just get treated differently because it's not a type of job that a woman's supposed to fit.
Just in the corporate world, we're definitely at the bottom of the totem pole.
Yes, I've accomplished so much, but I still sometimes even feel like I don't belong because of just the way that society is structured. And it's like, no, I did the work. I'm here for a reason. I deserve to be here.
I think I have the best of both worlds. I was born here, raised here, and I live in the Caribbean also. And I find that when you live in a homogenous society where the predominant people kind of look like you, there's a different level of treatment, like a feeling that you don't have. Here in the United States, as a black person, a black woman especially, subconsciously, I feel like I watch my back.
Do I feel privileged in America? I would say no, because actually,
so I would say for me, yes, because I know a bunch of boys. I've been a basketball player my whole life. I know a bunch of guys that grew up in the worst of worst. Like, I was privileged. My parents, were together my whole life. I never had to, fend for myself, anything like that. But I know dudes that had to do that, and they turn out to be the best dudes. They kind of realize what I have.
I feel very privileged to live in America. I've had the chance to travel around the world, and if I could pick anywhere in the world, the U.S. wouldn't be a bad spot. There's a lot of opportunity here. I feel like it doesn't matter what your background is. As long as you're willing to work hard, you can make a name for yourself.
Just as a human, I don't necessarily feel privileged living in America.
I feel more privileged as a white woman altogether. However, as a woman, there's downfalls, but there's also a lot of privileges with being a woman. Jobs and things like that, there's ups and there's downs depending on what you want to do. But I do somewhat feel privileged overall as being a woman.
I feel like we always have to work 3 times harder to work as much as, or at least be seen as much as a man.
There's a time whenever I got pulled over with my friends, we were just leaving the club, and yeah, we could have easily gotten a ticket. We didn't have the headlights on. We ended up getting pulled over, and basically our license was suspended. And so the officer's just like, yeah, your license is suspended. I could take you to jail. I was like, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. And then my friend's like passed out drunk in the front seat next to me. My other friend's in the back seat. So then he ends up not only letting her drive, the friend that was in the back seat, but he let us drive up to the 7-Eleven because we had to use the bathroom, and then continue and like let my friend drive. I have experienced that privilege being a woman, I've definitely gotten along easier with police than I would say men in that situation. Like if they said they had to pee and asked to drive to the 7-Eleven, absolutely not.
The privilege that I do have is misconstrued into misogyny. Yeah, I can be a woman, but am I gonna make more money as a lawyer or working in a bar with my tits out? So it's like I'd have to put myself out there in order to be privileged, and maybe I want to be sensitized,
Personally, I do feel like I'm privileged because of the situations that I've been through in life, especially like with women. If you're pretty and you have like a nice face, you're most likely will be able to get in clubs, get your gas tank filled up, all these extra stuff that men be doing.
Yeah, I feel like women are like smarter than people try to make them out to be, and they have certain attributes that like men lack, and like we really contribute to to what they have going on. We just get overlooked because we're women.
Nah, I mean, I don't think I would. I've never met another man and be like, oh yeah, because you a dude, we gonna let you in. Like, nah, I feel like men honestly have to work harder in any kind of situation, really.
So no, like as a black man, you're definitely not privileged in America. No matter how much they say it really doesn't affect you, or it's not personal, or we don't see color. Once you brought that up, like I didn't bring up anything about color. Really? But low-key, nobody's privileged in America, unless you got money. Even then, you're kind of still oppressed, but like slightly less.
I don't think as a black woman things comes easy for us. I do think that we have to work a little bit harder. And actually, I'm kind of experiencing this a little bit in school. It's kind of like, do I assert myself all the way? Do I back up? Do I show them everything? Do I not show them too much? I have to think twice about the things that we do and how we do them and how we approach things, like attitudes. Like I don't have an attitude just because I'm moving my hands or anything, but like privilege, I wouldn't necessarily say that we are privileged. I definitely would say we have to work not just as hard as the male, but we're up there. We play the same game.
We're always being known as like the nurturers, the people that are in the house, but like I just feel like I forgot the fucking question.
Okay, so my interpretation to this question, I've never been outside of the country, so I have no idea how other places go, and maybe it's just because I live in a city, but I feel very domesticated here. And when I feel domesticated, I feel no privilege.
You know, growing up with these people that have gone through the worst for real, like gone through the worst of the worst, kind of realize what you have and what you take for advantage every day. So that's just kind of my take on that.
Do I feel like as an Asian male right now that I'm privileged in America, I would say no, but at the same time, there's like different things where like people come from different backgrounds and everything like that.
I think there's different kinds of privileges. I don't know, I come from a family where I got 2 sisters who are successful in their own ways, and I've seen what they've been able to accomplish. Just same thing with like working hard. I mean, like you guys came out tonight, you guys got the camera, you got mics. It just goes to show if you guys are willing to go out and work, then you guys can make something for yourself.
As a girl, it's a lot easier nowadays, I feel like. As a man, it's a lot tougher. If you're not successful, you don't have money, you're not successful, you don't have a place, you don't have a boat out here in Florida, you're not valued. You're not valued. If you're a good-looking girl, you could have $0 in your bank account, go out all weekend, everything paid for, you're straight, everything's good.
You know, like presidents, all men, like, you feel me? Like, I feel like we have a lot more power when it comes to like CEOs and stuff like that, like corporate level positions.
If you're a chick, you have a beautiful face, beautiful body. Let's just say, for example, you start at OnlyFans or something. That could be a privilege, right? Like, you don't really got to do much. You're just blessed with something to begin with. There's a lot more that goes into it than just taking a picture. But even like modeling, like there's a bunch of other career outlets that you can get from just being attractive.
Being a black man in America, that's really playing all Madden, like no bullshit.
You're not gonna get the same opportunities, not the same privileges, not gonna have the more money. Like, that's just my opinion.
I feel like with being a man, there comes any hardships at all?
Oh, hell yeah, of course. Dude, many hardships.
As a black man, yeah, I can say that because me, I got a lot of tattoos, so I done had people look at me funny. Even when I try to apply to jobs, I always got to wear long sleeves and stuff. They assume because, you know, I'm black man tattoos, I usually be in the other stuff like that.
I mean, you definitely do face hardships, mental hardships, like just getting over like you deserving to like be in a space and having a seat at the table. Like you can have a seat at the table, but it's like, are you partaking in the meal as well?
Personally, more in the corporate world, I've just noticed it. Like I will do things in the same like occupation as another guy and like I'll get in trouble for it.
Job searching, for example, big corporations, things like that, they'll probably pick, you know, the white guy over the black guy when it comes to things like that.
I feel like it's definitely easier to be taken advantage of in many situations, financial, sexual, whatever. I'm sure there's more, but that's the only thing that can come to my mind right now.
I feel like as a man, you have to suffer. You know, like suffering is what we as men must do. There's not one man that you can ask right now that ain't said that they ain't suffered.
I guess just as a man, like you feel a lot like you can't really say what you feel type shit, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are gonna judge you for that. Like I feel like if you see a girl crying in a video or a dude crying in a video, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like a dude's more judged about it. So I feel like that's a little unfair. That's just something that should be more balanced out.
Sometimes you can be in a room and say something and somebody else says the same thing you just said, and you know, they get the, you know, ownership of it, and it's like, no, I'm here, like I'm present in this space and you're not acknowledging me.
I've set them upon myself, but I faced like a lot of financial hardships, a lot of emotional hardships, like giving people my time when I'm not supposed to, not caring for myself as a man, let people stumble over me, doing the right thing to avoid the hardship that I set myself upon, you know? It's just all about your choices, you know, as a man.
Definitely would say that there is like still kind of a lack of respect for women in some places. Like women are not viewed equal to men. Me personally, so like working with a lot of guys, like as a biology major, like you're like in a project with guys and they just like don't really value your opinion as much, even though you know the same, if not more, than they do.
Yeah, being treated like an object, like not being seen as a person, like we're looked at like, you know, it's always physical, like our looks, you know, just stuff like that. It's never what's up here, you know.
Hardships as a man, yeah, men have a lot of expectations to do stuff. Like you see it on social media all the time. They expect a man to do this, to do that. Like not even like hard stuff. They just expect a man to do it, so.
Me personally, no. My mother is very successful. It's kind of like she knows how to get us where we need to go and, you know, allowing us to do the things that we need to do. I'm not gonna say it's easy. Like I'm getting my master's in occupational therapy and literally no one got me here but me. So this will be my 3rd degree. So it's kind of like things don't come easy all the time. You have to definitely put your foot forward and do the best you can.
I've experienced it and other people where you're looking for work and it's like it's taking like forever. Some people go for over a year, 2 years. It's hard to not think that it's more than just your credentials.
It's color your skin.
If you're born and you're more symmetrical, you're more attractive, there's gonna be certain things that are given to you.
It's where you get all this money, you get the right girl, you get the house, the car, the little puppy that you want, have the kid that you want, the shoes that you want, the clothes that you want, whatever. Internally, you're gonna face hardships. There's gonna be something that's gonna have to pop up or something that's gonna still stick with you or linger with you. And I feel like that's what we all have to face as men. There's no avoiding it, but that's just me. I appreciate you for letting me do it, bro. Real talk.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was something I've been wanting to do. Hopefully this catches your eye. But yeah, I just feel like it's a lot of stuff we don't think about just from being a man, from being a woman, from being whatever you identify as. It just comes with a lot of it in the world's eyes. So I hope you guys take something from it. Yeah, let me know if you feel like you're privileged in America, or just comment down what your thoughts are on what others said. Again, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and share.